transform the Minecraft mobs into dinosaurs, and the first mob I'll transform will be a sheep. I'll turn this sheep into a Velociraptor. Let's start by working on the Velociraptor's foot. Now I need...
So, it's another one of those Mr. Beastified creators just going with dinosaur trying to create dinosaurs, but it's a bunch of badly modeled ones. Non-avian dinosaurs, by the way.
To create the beginning of its
probably
leg.
Gonna include stuff like the pteranodon, a quote-unquote pterodactyl or something.
And I made this cube somewhat diagonal. Now I'll make another one a bit larger like this. On top of that, I'll add a slightly bigger cube to form the rest of the leg. I think this looks great. Now I need to repeat the same process on the other side, creating a leg, another piece like this, and another one this way. We have both legs, and now it's time to work on the body. I'll make a slightly larger cube for the body, which I think is the perfect size. On one side, I'll make the chest and head, while the other side will be for the tail. Since the tail is
It's
easier
gonna
to...
be the scaly Velociraptor from Jurassic Park / Jurassic World, which is much more based on the Deinonychus than an actual Velociraptor.
create, let's start with it. It's simple, just a series of smaller cubes, one after the other. Our Velociraptor is taking shape. Now I need to work on the chest. I'll create a cube like this and another one turned diagonally. Here, I'll start forming the neck, adding parts for the head, the bottom of the snout, and the top. The Velociraptor doesn't have arms, so I'll create a cube for that purpose. Now let's add another cube here, which will represent its tiny hands. I'll repeat the same process on the other side to create the other hand. The model...
This is just hurting my soul. They are probably pronated, and there aren't all those claws on the feet.
And texturing look great, but what's even cooler are the animations. One where the Velociraptor is standing still, and another one where it's walking.
Is it supposed to be... Is it stolen or what? I feel like it is stolen.
Before bringing the Velociraptor to our zoo, I need to create its habitat. We can't let it roam freely as it might harm the other animals in the zoo.
One thing about this video is that every single thing that this guy says, there's the text in the bottom that just blasts into your face. I'm very just sad.
So, I'm collecting some blocks of polished andesite, which I find perfect for construction. After gathering enough andesite, I found a suitable spot to build the habitat. Since the Velociraptor is small, the habitat doesn't need to be too big. I'm going...
Oh. It still needs to have a big environment. It's going to get boring very fast, you know? Jurassic World Evolution at least had
to dig a hole for the construction.
For
now, I'll use the polished andesite blocks to decorate the walls, alternating with regular andesite to make it more visually appealing.
It seems like you're in creative mode, so why not just do the creative mode why not just go back to creative mode and... Gosh.
Appealing.
This video
I'll also add some
is
dripstone blocks for decoration,
children.
giving it a unique touch. Now that I've decorated the walls, I need to add a glass panel to prevent the dinosaur from escaping. It may not make much sense, but using iron bars would obstruct the view from the outside. To make sure the Velociraptor can't jump over the wall, I'll increase its height by adding one more block. The Velociraptor's habitat is now ready.
The iron bars don't really obstruct it fully. I guess what you said kind of makes sense, I guess.
Had to come to the savanna biome to find the Velociraptor, and here it is right in front of me, guys. It's quite small. Let's see if it runs fast. Well, at least I found a pair of them. Wait, is its head tilted? Maybe I'm going crazy. These are their new home, so they should stay there. I'll close it up and it's done. I'm quite pleased with the new habitat I built for them, and I'd rate it 9 out of 10. Please comment below and let me know your rating. The next mob I'll transform will be the horse, turning it into a Brontosaurus.
And this looks more like a brachiosaur than a Brontosaurus. Just look at the head, for example, and also the body itself. The forelimbs are longer than the hind limbs, which is not accurate for whatever the Diplodocus is supposed to be. Apatosaurus. Apatosaurus, Brontosaurus. Neither is Brontosaurus, because Brontosaurus and Apatosaurus are closely related.
So, I start by making the leg of this dinosaur. This will be the toes, and I'll make a larger cube for the rest of the leg. This is how the front leg looks like. The back leg will be slightly different, so I had to make a slightly smaller cube. Just like I did with the front leg, I'll add the toes, and then I'll complete the rest of the leg.
Sorry.
Now I have to repeat all of this on the other side, starting with the front leg, adding the little toes, and completing the leg. The back leg will be the same process.
Adding the little toes. Just make them... Gosh, okay. What am I even supposed to say at this point?
completing it with the toes. Now all 4 legs are done. Next, I need to create the body. For that, I'll make a giant cube. This size should be perfect. This part will be the neck. Since it's a tall dinosaur, the neck needs to be very long. Before continuing with the neck...
Brontosaurus is not tall. Brachiosaurus is tall. You're just confusing Brachiosaurus with Brontosaurus, and I don't like it.
I'll make a cube for the belly, and now I'll create the neck. This size looks good. Now, I'll make the head, and it also has a small detail on top. I'll shape the bottom of the snout and complete it with the top part. The model is practically finished.
Yeah, this is definitely a Brachiosaurus. Are you basing it off of Jurassic Park Brachiosaurus? If so, that would make it look more like a Giraffe Titan.
The only thing
Brachiosaurus is supposed to be chunky.
left to do is its tail. So I'll make a cube like this, then another smaller one, and gradually decrease their size, creating this shape. I put a lot of effort into it, and this is the closest I could get it to look like the dinosaur. This is the animation of the dinosaur standing still, and this is its walking animation. I'm quite happy.
Is it stolen as well? Or if this guy actually did the hard work, I'm actually impressed. But if it's stolen, then
with it. Let me know if you liked it too. I also took the opportunity to create a frame for its habitat. I'll do the same thing I did with the Velociraptor's habitat, breaking the ground but deeper, considering this dinosaur is much larger than the other one. Now, I need to build the walls for this whole area. To do that, I'll have to go to the Nether to gather plenty of basalt blocks.
Or you could just go to creative mode, because you have 56 pork chops. 56 cooked pork chops, which means that you probably got a stack of them from creative mode and then just went back to survival. Just because you're in creative mode and you changed the game mode survival and you changed the game mode by using a command, you should have just went back to creative mode and actually be authentic instead of trying to just be Mr. Beast in Minecraft.
I think it would look great to add some decorations with these bone blocks. This amount of bones should be enough. Now I have to remove all the stones around the outline to start building the basalt wall. I made 2 pillars because I plan to have a glass wall in the front. And on this side, I'll add some pillars like this, which I think will look nice, resembling the beginning of a volcano from afar. The bottom part of the wall didn't take much time, but the top part was quite challenging. Inside, I'll build a fossil, and here I'll create a bone. Don't think it's over yet because I need to get some sand. I'll use it for decorating the floor. To make it look better, I added some dry bushes and used a lot of tall grass with bone meal. Now, I'll build the glass wall, and don't worry, the Brontosaurus won't escape from this habitat. Finding this dinosaur was easy.
Also, this sauropod is ridiculously undersized. Just the Brontosaurus, even if it's a Brontosaurus, it shouldn't look this small.
Since it spawned near the zoo. Now, I'll bring them inside the habitat, and it looks like this. I'd give it an 8 out of 10, so let me know what you think about it. The next mob I'm going to transform will be the horse, turning it into a Triceratops.
Oh, Triceratops.
As you already know, I'll start with its leg. Add 2 claws and create a cube diagonally. This is how the leg will look like. Now I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. Add the claws and finish the leg. The back leg will be slightly different, so I had to do this here. Now I'll create a cube diagonally and make the other one slightly bigger.
To make an accurate Triceratops, you might want to make the forelimbs sprawl out like a lizard.
Like this. To add the final touch, add the claws and repeat all of this on the other side. Next, create a cube facing the other way. This is the foot, and add the claws. For the torso, I'll make a giant cube. Now, for the belly part, I'll make it a bit larger and create another one for this side. To make it easier to understand, I'll create the head, and I'll also add this little detail it has. Now I'll create the upper part of the snout and then the bottom. The Triceratops.
It should also have a nose. It should also have a horn on its nose.
Tops has a horn on top of its head and another one on the tip of its snout. So create the one on the tip of the snout and now make the one on the head. To add some extra detail, I also added some bone details, and I think it looks perfect like this. For the tail, everyone knows what I'll do. I'll just make it thinner and the model is ready. It turned out very beautiful, not to mention that the texturing looks great. I kept...
Okay. Right. So this is actually a little bit more accurate
the animation
than whatever Rainy X created. That was absolutely insane.
Like this with it walking. It may be simple, but I really liked it. Now I'm flying towards this cave because there's plenty of diorite blocks here, and I'll use them to create the habitat for the Triceratops. Another block I'll need is calcite, and for those who don't know, it's this white block. Luckily, I left some of these in the chest, and there are other blocks like this smooth basalt. I want to make the habitat exactly in this place, but there's a small problem. I'll have to do it very close to the other one, so I'll even put some blocks like this. I spent a few minutes digging, and it was a bit more challenging because I made made this hole deeper. I already broke all the walls, so now I can fill it with diorite. I left the wall with gaps so that I can fill it all with calcite blocks. From above, it looks like a salt mine. To solve that, I'll replace the floor blocks with podzol, and that's why I'm here in the jungle to get some of these blocks. For the floor, I alternated between coarse...
Man, or you could just go to creative mode once again and just grab some podzol blocks and just randomly place them around like you're doing right now.
Dirt and podzol, and I really like the result. But as you can see, it lacks some greenery, so I collected plenty of bamboo, and it will serve to enclose this habitat. Of course, I'll add a fence. Inside, I'll plant this mangrove tree, and I'll plant another one right here. I'll place some bushes on the ground. Wait, what?
Mangroves?
I can't place...
Oh, I haven't heard of mangroves in Minecraft before, so I guess this is fine.
Bushes on the ground? Okay, then I'll add some bamboo. Since I can't use bone meal on the ground, I'll spread some bushes around. I'll also add some leaves to make it a bit greener. In the taiga biome, I find the Triceratops. Look at what a beautiful mob it is, but let's capture it and take it to its habitat. Okay, bring the two inside.
You probably spawn the Triceratops in a taiga biome and just...
Release the leash, and the Triceratops habitat is ready. In my opinion, this is one of the most beautiful habitats I've made, and I'd give it a rating of 9.5. I'm flying in search of a mob that I'm going to transform, and I think I already found one. It's going to be a chicken, but this chicken will turn into my favorite dinosaur, the T-Rex.
I should have seen that coming. I half expected it would be a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but, you know, this guy actually said the T-Rex. This guy's actually going to transform the chicken into a Rex. So, I guess I predicted that correctly.
I'm going to make the T-Rex model more detailed because it's my favorite dinosaur. I've already worked on its paw, and now I'll start making the leg.
Wow.
This dinosaur is going to be gigantic. Let's make one part of the leg, another larger piece, and here it will be much bigger. Take a look at the size of this leg. It's almost 3 blocks tall. It took some effort to make this leg, but luckily the second one will be much easier. Add one toe, another toe. Wait.
Why didn't you make the quote-unquote Brontosaurus gigantic? It's supposed to be even larger than the Rex.
I forgot the middle one, and add the claws. Create a section of the leg, another turn forward, one upwards, and this larger piece. To make the body, I'll have to create this big cube, and I'll make another cube down here for the belly. Craft a part of the tail, make another smaller cube, and even a smaller one. Now, we have half of its body done. What's left is the chest and head. So, I'll create a cube turned diagonally. Before I forget, I also need to make the arm. Form a cube facing forward, and another facing downwards, then repeat on the other side. One forward, and the other downward.
Okay. The claws just look incredibly off for the T-Rex. And also it seems like it's going to be pronated. Gosh.
This cube will be the neck, and now I can start working on the head. Create the upper part of the snout. This will be the teeth, and add a detail for the eyebrow. Now just duplicate it to the other side. I need to make the bottom part of the T-Rex's head, so add another cube, and this will be the teeth with a small detail here on the side. And finally, our T-Rex is ready. The model turned out perfect, and the texture looks incredibly realistic. If you liked all this, I'm sure you'll enjoy this animation of it standing still and another one of it walking. Look at that! It closes its mouth, runs, and even moves its...
Is it also from another mod? I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Gosh, I've said it like a bazillion times already.
Tail. I'm in a biome with many eucalyptus trees to gather plenty of wood. I can tell you.
Eucalyptus trees? Just call them birch trees. These are birch trees in Minecraft. My gosh. Some fancy terms trying to get kids riled.
I collected a lot of wood, almost turning this biome into a plain. To save time, I've already made the hole where their habitat will be. I've also built all the walls here. Let me check if I have some sand in this chest. Oh, I have only 50, but no worries.
Fake chest. Is this supposed to be a fake chest, or is this supposed to be a world that this guy just continuously makes videos in?
Here in the desert, precisely to gather as much sand as possible, as I need to create a sand floor. To make it look better, I'll mix it with some dirt, and now I'll build a stone with dripstone, just like before. I also
Is this even dirt at all?
constructed a dinosaur
Is that
head,
supposed
or at least
to be a new
that's what it was
model of
supposed to
dirt?
be. Seriously, it looks terrible, but it's all about perspective, because with some decorations, the habitat will look much better. But before showing you the final result, I had to come here to the desert to get my T-Rexes. Look at these beautiful dinosaurs. Obviously, in real life...
Oh, okay, and the T-Rex is still, still looks smaller than it's supposed to look, what it's supposed to look, and T-Rex
they were much larger.
Feels
I'm a couple now, and they need a house. But the only problem is that I think this habitat is too small for them. Let me release them here. Perfect. It's a good thing they are peaceful, because otherwise, that cow over there would have been their meal.
guys. If the T-Rexes are hungry, they're going to eat the cow anyway. So because they're made from a peaceful mob in this particular video, they're not going to hunt it down.
Really like the habitat and the model. I give it a 10 out of 10. Leave your rating in the comments. And
I made every mob better in Minecraft.
also check out the video
Okay.
that's appearing on the...
I don't like this video.
Today I'm going to...
I don't like this video, you know? It's just the epitome of Mr. Beastified Minecraft content. And pair that up with dinosaurs and you get... Okay, at least it isn't as bad as whatever last Minecraft dinosaur video that I reviewed earlier. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoy. I'll see you all next